Can you see the screen?
Yes,
Vajra.
sir.
Okay. So we'll be doing a project today, but again, we'll be covering some advanced concepts. So the project main agenda is to use API and storage bucket. Okay. And then some custom activities. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started with GitHub. So again, this can be a demo for the projects team, how you can work. And this will be the complexity level for most of your projects. So you will be made enabled to work on such projects. Okay. Okay, show an Explorer. So I'll be using Sparebin code and 2023 Feb. So I'll be starting a new project today, and this project will not be shared. I think it will be shared in my GitHub, so you can definitely pull it out. So UiPath. I'll be starting with an REFramework, robotic process automation, and the folder name will be, again, for the basics team who just started to learn with UiPath, you will be completely blue with this particular meeting. But again, understand, we are working on projects and it will not be too easy for you to understand, but please try to check with the details. Okay, so let's create a project structure with respect to what exactly do we need. So I'll be working with random user API, random user.me, and results. Okay, so if you're seeing here, I can give as many results as I want. So if I change this one to, so this is a URL where I can get some information. So if I give one, I'll get one data, one person details. And if I get 10, if I give 10, then I will get 10 members details. Okay, so if you're seeing here, results are 10. Now, my requirement is to give out this information. Okay, so I'll just write project details, project description. Okay, create new users using random user ME, random user API, and create custom activity to fetch results over database or data table. So whatever details that we are getting here, we'll get few details out of it. Okay, and then this should be in a custom activity. So this is one more important point. Next, with information for each user, create a notepad or create a text file with details in the details for the user. Okay, so I will directly manually do what must be done. So manually any user must go ahead and make an API call. Once he does make an API call, we need to go into Notepad++. Okay, so a file must be created with name, and name must be with like Mrs. Claudia, Mrs. Claudia, and Marcus. Okay, so once that is done, then let's go ahead and add few more details, like what else can we adjust? Let's see with one result. Email ID, email, and this is the email ID. That's it. Just few information that should be enough. I don't think more than this is required. State, position. Oh, maybe I can get age, date of birth, age, and this name must be saved with a unique ID. So the unique ID will be some UUID. Maybe you can use this UID, which can be unique. Okay, Control S. Okay, and this must be saved with that ID, and then it must be saved in our storage bucket. So let's just add it here. Okay, this is the ID where it has some details. Now in our orchestrator, go to orchestrator cloud.uipath.com. So I'm going directly to my orchestrator, which is a default one. Okay, and in that I have storage buckets in my workspace, and I'm creating a add storage bucket, create a new storage bucket, and I can add multiple storage buckets. So what is a storage bucket is the first question that we must answer. See, when we are working in an organization, we need to, in Orchestrator itself, there should be a place for us to upload some files, or if a development or if someone wants to upload files, and from there if the data must be executed, so we need some space. So it can be Azure storage or Amazon, or right now Orchestrator is free. If you have Azure storage or Amazon storage, you can use those details. You just need to provide these details over here, but Orchestrator is easier. So let's just queue Feb 2023 demo storage bucket. Okay, so this is a place, or if this can be a shared drive or shared folder access or shared folder. You can take it anything, and you can give also access, whether it's a read-only file or it's audit read access. For audit, can that be a read-only file? So both you can give access, but for now, let's just go ahead and add. So this is the file. This is the folder. Now, if I upload a file, destination full path, I can just go ahead and select the path. So this is the file, open, and this is what it is, slash, which is the current folder, and upload. So this is the information that's updated. Now, if I download it, or if I just want to read it, I can just, so this is the shared folder. Okay, so like this, each and every user must be updated. Each and every user details must be updated. So am I clear till here? Yes or no?
Vajrang, can you repeat it?
So whenever I make an API call, this API call I'll be given by the business user. So if I make one more API call, I'll get new user. Now within this new user, like here, name, email, and age, we have created, right? Age is 16. In the same way, we need to create one more user with these details, copy and paste, and names goes like Mrs. Jenny Williams. Jenny Williams. Okay, and email goes, whatever email comes in, that email must be updated. Copy, paste, and the age must be updated. Age is 75. Okay, and this must be saved with ID UUID. Okay, Control S, Control V, save. Once this is saved, we need to go to Orchestrator and we need to upload a new file, browse, and I think this is the one, I guess. Yeah, this is the one. Open. So this will come here and it will upload. So the details that we have created, it will be available for who are accessing this orchestrator. It can be a robot or it can be user. Whoever have access can access this files as well. Is it clear? So
Yes.
this is a manual activity. So this must be automated. Understood? Can you go next?
Yes.
And like how much storage we can have in a storage bucket?
I think that depends again on the company that Pro asks. Like if you are using Azure or Amazon, it depends upon your usage. Again, the same thing for for Orchestrator. There might be a storage limitation as well.
For the community version?
I haven't gone through like how much it can be stored because normally we'll use it only for practice, right? There will not be too much of work on this.
Okay.
Understood? Can you go next?
Yes.
So let's just go ahead and create new user creation. Okay, and this is my REFramework and this is a Windows project. Create. Okay, so let's plan for the project. So what are the components that I require? I require API and storage bucket. So this is what I need. And for custom activity, I need to create a custom activity to call this API. So the main two things are API and storage bucket. To use APIs, what are the packages that we need to use? So what are the packages that we need to use APIs?
UiPath Web API.
Now, in the same way, to use storage buckets, we need UiPath.storage. Let's just update this and we can go ahead. Minus packages. So UiPath.web to work with the web activities. So all packages UiPath.web install. Okay, and then UiPath.storage. Storage. Let's see if there is some issue. This is storage bucket. So if there is any query, you can directly go ahead UiPath docs storage bucket. Okay. There is a separate video that I have created for storage bucket, but that should be fine. You can just understand with this. Okay. Now we are using UiPath orchestrated DLL. This is fine. just go to storage bucket. UiPath Web Services.
I think you have to check filters.
Check filters. Is it a pre-release version? I can just uncheck everything. Storage bucket. I think it will be available by default. Let me just see. No, project dependencies, press cancel. Let's see with the activities. Okay, the storage bucket is already available in UiPath system activities. There is no separate package that we require to add. That's a mistake that I made. But yeah, now open main workflow. Okay, so I'll create two folders. Add folder. API is one folder, and the other folder is add. I think that should be fine. Nothing else is required. Even API is not required for now. But let's just see. Now here add a new sequence, and here random user underscore get users. Okay, create. And here I'm making using a system.web or web activities, or what is the activity for making an API call?
HTTP request we have to get.
Request. So I think the web package is not yet installed. UiPath.web. Okay, web API activities install. Yep. Okay, so I'll be using HTTP. So this is my orchestrator, it's my HTTP request. And whatever URL that I'm using, since this is not having any authentication, I can directly give the URL. If it is having authentication, you can give username and password here. Like you can select authentication here. If it is simple HTTP, you can give username and password. If it is OAuth, OAuth access token should be given over here. If it is auth1, these details must be given. For now, this is having no authentication, and this is the information that we have. Response, you can check, refresh. So you're getting 200 response, which means that it is successful, and you can get all these results. Okay, see, I'm giving 1 here. If I give 10, and if I just click on preview, so I'll get 10 results. Okay, the data is not loading, but yeah, response info is 200. So this is like a parameter for me, which I can send as an in argument. Click on OK. So total results count in underscore required users count. So we are asking a user to give us some number so that we can make an API call using that number. That's an int argument. Okay. Now here in the properties, request URL you are saying here, right? So this one I'm just going to give instead of 10, let's go ahead and add a plus symbol. So what should be added as a variable here? Required users count. Okay. Press OK. And this should be a string value because its URL is a string dot toString. Click on OK. And then let's go ahead and find some results. So to work with APIs, we will need to use JSON package, JSON activities. So deserialize JSON is what I require, because all the information that I'm getting here is a JSON. Is it right? Is this a JSON information?
Yes.
Now out of this JSON, a results is a JSON array. Okay. So I'll make simple activities. So first thing is whatever result that I'm going to get here will be in response content, control K, str response content. Now this response content I need to pass in here to make it into a JSON. This is a string now. It must be a JSON. It must be converted to a JSON. J object response content, control A, control X. Okay, so this is my JSON object and this is my string. Now to loop in all the values, this is my results, right? So if you want to loop in an array, you need to convert a string to an array. So I'll use one more activity called JSON deserialize JSON array. So how to get results out of this JSON? J object of results content of what should be given to get the results? What is the key that must be passed?
First is results.
Results only, because this is not an array, this is a complete object. In that object we are asking for results. So I'll just go ahead and give results dot toString. Okay, now this results completely I'm deserializing as an array. So this is J array results. Control A, control X, control V, enter. Okay, this is JSON. So this is my complete JSON. In this, I need to loop in all my results. It can be 100 results or it can be 10 results. It can be as many results as they can come. I need to loop in all the results. So I will use a for loop here. For each, for loop, for each. Okay. Now in this for each loop, this is the JSON object, right? This is the JSON array. I'll just give J array results. So this is my J array of results, and this is Newtonsoft dot link dot JSON token. This is the token that I'm getting. Now let's concentrate only on one item now. So how can I get name out of this one? Name, only name value. Assign. I'm just going to assign something. Okay, name, str name. How can I get the name from this current item?
Current item dot name.
Current item of, it's not dot.
Of.
There is the
Of.
dot notation.
Yeah.
Okay, of name. So within this name, it's not the complete value, right? It again will get an object out of it. We need to concatenate title, first name, and last name. Is it right?
Yes.
So name of what I should give? Title.
Title.
Okay. So dot toString. And for the basics members, be ready to learn all these things. Okay. Maybe you will not be able to understand all these activities right away, but eventually you will be able to understand. So I'm just concatenating this one plus underscore so that I can just write it in a different line. That's it. Okay. Now instead of title, what else can I give? First name and last name. Is this what I need? Is this correct? Whatever I have given? Let's try. Let's see what we will get over here. Keep a breakpoint. I'll also keep a log message. Okay. So str name, this is my log message. Let's just go ahead and run only this file. Let's see, run file. I'm not debugging because the time will not be sufficient. So did we get the output? Yes or no?
Yes.
So if I just run it again, I'll get a new user. If I run it again, I'll get one more user. So this is not static. This is dynamic values. Okay. Now, if I see, I did not give any information in required results count. If I give 10 items, okay, and when I run this code, run file, how many items did I get?
10.
So
No.
is the loop working properly? Is the loop working properly or not?
Yes.
Yes, no.
Yes.
Yes, Vajra.
So the actual requirement of our code is create a new user with random user API. Custom activity fetch the results of data table. So how the data table should be, how the results should be obtained? Is it in the API or is it in data table?
In the data table.
So for that, let's create an argument, out underscore user list, out underscore users dt out dt users. Okay, so this is my table. Now I'm going to create a build a data table. Build data table. Okay, in this build data table, there will be 3 columns. What is the first column? Name.
Name.
Okay, so what's the second column? Email.
Yes.
What's the third column?
Age.
Age, which is an integer. Is good. Now, are these three details enough, or do we need anything else?
We are working on these three. We can add.
We require UUID, right? Because we need to save the file with that ID. So do we require this ID?
Yes.
So we'll also keep that. Okay, let's just go ahead and add UUID as well. And then this is a string without -1. So all we are sending out is name, email ID, age, and UUID. Let's save. So the data table is created and the data table value is out dt users. So we need to add rows for this data table, right? Add data row and here out dt data users, and so this is an array of items. So let's create an array. So I can directly open this particular item, Control X. So I can create variables or I can directly create values over here. So this is the first item, comma, what else can I give?
UID.
So current user, let's just take current user. UUID is available in what?
Login.
So first it should be login, then UUID. Unmute. Nothing, I kept you in mute. Okay, login user ID. Now UUID, I'm copying this one and let's just add it to UUID. But this must be the last item. The second item is email, age and email. So email ID, I can get it directly from the object. I need not go further deep. Is it right? Can I directly get the user ID? Sorry, email.
Yes.
Yes.
Email ID. I'll get email dot toString. Okay, and then comma. And what's the next item after email?
Age.
Age. Okay, let's go ahead and take the age. Age is available inside registered. Okay, so let's just go ahead and add current item. Current item of a registered of age. So it's better to directly take it from here rather than typing to avoid any spelling mistakes. Dot toString. Now age is a number, is it right? Is
Yes.
age a number? So we need to convert it to what?
Yes.
Integer. Okay. So if we can convert this one, it should be good. More than cannot infer element because more than one type is not possible. Specify the type. Okay, I think it is throwing an error. Cint current item. Let's just do one thing. This one, let's just change it back to string. Maybe in here it's not allowing us to do it. And if we want to change there, then we'll also need to change it over here instead of integer. Let's give it a string. So everything is a string value here. And out DT users. So the value of string cannot be converted to a data table. So this should be what?
Data
A
table.
data table. And should it be out property? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So this required count users, if nothing is given, or if the value is empty, it will take the first or only it will fetch only one item. If the value is given, then it will fetch as many count as it requires, and it requires only an integer argument. Okay, now let's go ahead and try to run the code. Let's see what's there, what are we getting in it. And this is my for loop. Now out of the for loop, I'm just going to give dt. Now dt users dot row count. Row count dot toString. So these are the this is the information that I'm going to print here. Okay, keeping a breakpoint over here, Control S, and then run file. So items got completed, and I think only one item will be updated over here. Let's just debug and see. Breakpoint. I think I executed in run. Let's just change this argument. I think this is good. Debug file. Okay, if I go into locals, I can see what is the value for out argument. So are we getting all the details required? Yes or no? Are we getting all the details required?
Yes. we can.
Yes.
No. Now age is coming as 0. So identify what is the issue. Okay, let's stop it. And how to identify age? Go here, age value. You can copy it from here. Copy. Okay, keep a breakpoint. Okay, so let's go ahead and debug the file again. So here I'm getting locals. I'll go with watch panel. Let's go and give it out here. Age is 16. Step into Let's see with the out data table, what is the value that we are getting? Out DT users. Yeah, age is 16. So we are not having any problem. I think the age is not mentioned in the previous item for the previous item. So that should be fine. We are not having any issues. Continue. Project, locals, age is 16. Okay, all good. Continue. Okay, now is this our dispatcher or not? Because we are getting information from here, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's go back to our planning and let's see how we can plan. Now for all these details, let's write states of REFramework. First one is it. Second one is get transaction item. Third one is process. Fourth one is end process. Okay. Now in the init, we'll have dispatcher in the first run. So what should be there in the first run? Should we call APIs? Call API? Should this be in the first run? These two activities? Is it right? Because this is the data that we need, right? To work on other activities. Am I right or not? If you're not able to understand, just ask me. Like why? Okay, hoping no question. So every user will be taken as it into a data table, and this data table will be assigned to transaction data. Okay, and it will be added to queue. So here we are adding items in the first run. Now in get transaction item, get one item, get each item. Okay, and in the process state, create text file and upload to storage bucket. Okay, in end process, just close message. So are these activities clear on what and how we need to do? Yes. Okay, let's go ahead to the details in the initialization. In the first run, maybe we are using a queue name. So let's go ahead and first check with the queue. What's the queue that we are going to have? So this is my storage bucket. Feb 2023 demo SP. I'll just create a storage bucket, or I'll just create a queue over here. Add queue, create a new queue. This is my queue. Demo queue. Control C. So where should we add queue name? In our REFramework, where should we add this queue name?
So like one thing we can add in the config file and we can call it.
So by default, it should be added to config. We'll do the same activity. The settings queue name. Let's just go ahead and give it queue. And this one, Feb 2023. Project demo. 10 minutes. Okay, so queue folder, I can ignore it for now. It will be taken. It will be taking the same folder that we are working on. So this is my folder path. Okay, and here let's go ahead and add bulk queue items. So before adding bulk queue items, what we should do? We need to fetch the information, right?
Yes.
So do we have a file for it? That is API. So I'll just invoke it. So I can give the user count as we want. So what I will do is for our requirement, I'll just have this as an in argument for the project itself. In argument, required users count. Okay, and this is DT transaction data. Okay, now orchestrator folder path, maybe I can just give DT transaction data, and the queue name is config of orchestrator queue name. Dot toString. Okay, let's run the code till here. Let's see what will happen, and then we'll continue further. Show advanced actions. There is nothing out of it, and then let's have a breakpoint over here. Okay, debug file. So when we are trying to debug, it will execute till here and it will stop because of the breakpoint. It's trying to fetch all the values from the config, killing all the process that's required. So add data row. So I'm just removing the breakpoint over here. Let's continue. So in this, I'll just, so it's returning only one value because we did not send any in argument. Now the data got updated, and in here, view transactions, view details. So can you see the details got updated to queue?
Yes.
Okay. Now every time we execute, the queue details will be updated. Let's stop the code. Okay. Now with REFramework, by default, one item will be fetched from get transaction data. Now to update the code or to work with the code, we'll use open workflow process file. Okay, we'll just invoke the process steps over here. So what are the steps that we need to do? We need to, so by how can we get the information from here to our code? Using transaction item. This transaction item will be updated. And so can I just create text file?
Yes.
Text file. Write text file. Write text file. Now in this write text file, I just need to add text as well as file name. So what should be the file name?
There is like ID we are taking, right?
So this is the ID, right? So that will be updated from in transaction
Transaction item,
dot
specific content
of the key name. The key name is UUID dot toString. Okay, and the text must be quoted, right? So let's just go ahead and build this text as well. Open advanced editor. And so this is what we need to add, and everything, let's add it to double quotes. Okay, so the name value, we are getting it as a single text value directly. So can I just give my name, give the name over here?
Yes.
Yes, so let's go ahead and add a double quote plus in transaction item dot specific content of what is the value that I need to give, name dot toString. Okay, and then plus and then underscore. So this will actually help us, this plus and space underscore will help us to make sure that we can write in next line. Okay, now here in here or plus back in transaction item dot specific content, copy paste age, email ID. Okay, and the age also goes in the similar fashion. Age plus age. Okay. Rolex age. So everything got updated, and let's see what's the error over here. Expression is expected, so there is no plus required after the last item. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
The only problem that we'll get is, see, this everything will be treated as one single line of text. So to make sure a new line is updated or added, I'll just add VB new line. So did you understand why am I adding new line over here?
So instead of coming in single line, dividing
Yes.
that different lines.
Separate line. That's right. Okay. Now let's see the error here. Okay, error got disabled. So this data, we cannot write it outside, right? Let's write it inside data and temp. Data and temp. Okay, so just give it out Open Explorer, data slash temp slash the file name plus the file path. I think this should be good. So we will add it over in this data folder, temp folder. Let's do one thing. Let's cut this one and then let's add a assign statement. And then let's add Control K str file path. So whatever file path that we are going to add, let's go ahead and add it over here. And then let's give the file path over here. Okay. Now, whatever file that's created, should that be uploaded to my storage bucket? Is it right or not?
Yes.
So let's write. So again, for storage bucket, there is an activity directly. You can utilize that activity. There is no need for you to learn anything new. Storage buckets. Okay. Activities. If you're seeing here, list storage files will retrieve all the storage files, delete a storage file, delete one file from online, and write storage text will write it to the storage, upload a storage file. Can we just upload it? Whatever text I have, I can just upload it. So storage bucket name. So let's just give the storage bucket name. Use variable. See, the path is the string path, this str file path. Str file path of the current file, whatever file I have, that's the path. Okay. Now here in the properties, let's just see what are the details that must be added. From file is in resource. This is not required. If you are giving path, any one can be given. And the folder path is the folder path. If you can give the local folder, or if you're not using anything extra, this should be fine. Storage bucket name. So the storage bucket name is queues, or you can also get it over here inside data manager, I guess. Let's see, storage bucket. Do we have any files, any details? No entities, process. Let's just see queues, namespaces, nothing. No, sources are not there. So storage buckets are not there. Storage buckets. So this is my storage bucket name. Let's go ahead and give it as. So this is my storage bucket name. Okay. And the file path. So again, this is the file path that you can create. So if you're seeing here, edit links, sorry. If you're seeing here, this is the file path, right? Is it right?
Yes.
Is it right? So let's just give the file name over here, like whatever file name that we are creating, let's just give it over there. So this is path, or I can just give the file name from here. It can be anything. There is no requirement that you need to give only this one. I can just give this one because this is the file name that it should update. Destination, double quote, slash is the root folder, plus and the file name. Okay, .txt plus .txt. So if you just see here, I'm just giving the folder, root folder, and the file name .txt. So this is the UUID. Save and then done. Let's go ahead and run the code. Run.
File we have not selected.
The file is a resource file. Any one can be given, both need not be given. Okay, let's just see. Is it created?
Yeah.
Okay, so why is it taking 2 items? So if I just download this one, it will see me, we can see the information in this. So this is good. And this one, let's see this. So this is also good. So we are able to see the information. Is it right?
Yes.
So now this is only one item that we are giving. Okay, let's go ahead and deploy the code into my orchestrator. Okay, and then publish. This is created. So since I'm working with my personal folder or personal workspace, the data will be, or the value will be created automatically. Refresh, new user creation. So if you're seeing here, whatever input argument that I have given, can you see that the input argument that we have requested came in as 0? Yes.
Yeah.
So if I give 10 over here and run this code, save it. Okay. So this is how a main file arguments will be used. It need not be available inside the workflow. Like when you are deploying the code, and if you want to add some arguments further, that's when you will be able to use this particular arguments. Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So can you see that how many items are created now?
Yeah.
10 items. Okay. So if I want to create 100 items, what should I change?
We have to change the document.
Exactly. So this is how much easy is it when we are working with our codes, if you know how to configure them properly. Let's see. Workspace, queues. Now all the files will be first updated to, like the data will be updated to queues, all the new items, and then they will be executed. Let's see. My workspace, automations, jobs. Currently this item is executing. View logs. Every item is getting processed. 23, 24. So within every 1 second, one file is getting generated. It can be made faster, but since we are getting logs and the loop is continuing, this is taking time. Okay, are we good till here? Are we able to achieve everything that's mentioned in the document?
Yes.
One thing is missing. Create custom activity to fetch users. This is still pending, right?
Okay. Yes.
So let's see how we can create a custom activity as well. Okay, now this particular workflow, I will go into my project. Okay, and let's go ahead into my code. New. So I cannot create any specific library here. Library should be a separate project. create a new reusable code. Generate users. Okay, and this is a separate project altogether. So this is coming here, and this is my Windows project. Create. So in our previous project, we used API file, right, to get a users. Is it right? Is it right or not?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and create generate users. So this is my new activity, and let's just rename it. Maybe renaming will help us. Just rename it to random user. Custom activity. And this custom activity, let's just open new activity. So this is a library, by the way. This is not any project. So here, if you see, there is a new activity. So instead of this project, let's just go ahead and give in project new activity, whatever are results that we have. So this is saying that there is some issue with this one. That is because HTTP is not activated here. UiPath.web. Let's just manage packages, install this. Okay, now everything got sorted out. Are you get users? Let's just create. So again, these all are some workflows only, nothing else. Are you get users? Control S, and this input argument takes in argument, and DT out user, DT out DT users gives me an out argument. Save it and then publish the code. Okay, and when you're publishing, let's just publish it to, so we need to publish it to somewhere. Okay, Feb 2023. I'm just creating a new folder called package. Okay, so I'm just creating it over here. Packages, select folder, publish to custom. Generate users is the key. Publish. Okay, now it's compiling activities, so it is generating my custom activities. Like how we have write line and all, we'll have our own custom activity now. Let's just go into UiPath. Let's open my previous project. Previous project is new user creation. Will take 2 more minutes and it will be done. Okay. So let's go ahead and click on manage packages. So that's a package now that's generated. So here you will be able to go to settings, and in this settings you can add a new package source. Name is Feb 2023, and then click on add the source package path. Packages, select folder, add. Now if you're checking in packages, are you getting this generate users? Install it. So this is like any other package installation. When you install, you will get activities. So every workflow will be an activity. Okay, now if you're seeing here, generate users, new activity, get users. Okay, so instead of using this complete file or this get user file, I'm just commenting it out, Control D. Okay, now I'll use this activity alone. So this activity takes an argument. So is it easy now?
Yes.
Because you will not be able to see any code. Only you will get what is the in argument and what is the out argument. That's it. And you will get the results. So let's go ahead and test it out. Okay. So I'll just let me just confirm that there are no more new items. By the way, the things are happening in the background and 100 items got created. So if you are going into storage buckets, we have 100 items. Okay, 50 items, 2 times 100 items. Let's go into queues. This is the queue view transactions. So no new items are available. I'm running the code. Let's just run the file. Let's see. So from where am I getting the details? Is it from the activity, custom activity that I have built, or is it from API, the file that I have created? Invoke
Custom
file. Exactly. So it is done. Project is completed. The output is done. Let's see the last item. Few seconds ago. Few details. So this is my UUID. Let's see if the file is generated. Close. Storage buckets. Let's just refresh. Storage buckets, queues, queue, view transactions, successful item, view details. Control C. I hope this should be the file name. Storage buckets. Visible columns. Slash to check. Let's see. Control F, Control V. Yeah. Did you get it now? Are you able to see this ID?
Yes.
Let's see the details and confirm. Open. This is Bella Thompson at example.com, 16 age, workplace, queues, view transactions, successful items, view details, Bella Thompson. So it is successful. Done. Now, did you understand how to create custom activity out of it?
Yes, understand.
And what about storage buckets? Were you able to understand storage buckets? You just need to give in the path correctly, nothing else. Okay. Now, when I update the package, this also will be updated. Go back. Let's see. New user creation. Details. If you want to send this to desktop, you can send it to desktop and shortcut will be created. Now I can just go to my desktop and there will be somewhere here new user. Can you see something called new user? No. Just type in Yeah, this is my new user. I can double click on it and the bot will run. Okay, it's like a shortcut for our code. New user creation. This is running. And I think it's generating 100 more items. It's saved 100 variable, right? So it will generate 100 more items. Okay. So how was the session today? I'm closing it till now because though it's faster, I know, but this is for the project stream. So we were able to complete each and every task that we have configured. The quick feedback would help, and then we can close this meeting. And also I feedback from project stream as well, from the previous streams and basic stream. Everyone can unmute and talk.
The last two sessions are very impressive. They cannot be available, I think, anywhere.
Yeah,
Very, very important also, and that makes difference the candidates in the field.
yes. Like custom activities and all, if someone can ask, this is easier now. Just create
Yeah,
a library. It will be easier.
only that one thing has that differentiation compared to like this class and what we had. As we seen that storage bucket class, and this is like adding the new custom activity is the important thing to know. We got it now.
But how was the sessions? Are they good?
Yes, it is like useful, very informative.
Good, got it. So this is the last session for all the previous teams. From tomorrow, we are starting new teams. So I just want to clear out any pending items. I hope everything is clear now.
Vajrang, uh, what is it like RPA tester rules and responsibilities?
So you will be given out a robot, and each and every time you need to execute the bot. Like I have confirmed last item, right? Whether the item got created or not.
Okay.
So like that, you just need to verify the business use case and then did we get the output or not? And if you are going for a technical tester, you should see the best practices of the code and you should make sure that coding practices like naming conventions, everything is mentioned properly. It will be easy.
Tomorrow I'm having the interview, so only I'm checking.
Yeah, just go tell whatever we have learned here. And in the tester role, the code will work so that we get the results. If you're not getting result, you will connect with the developer and you'll create bugs. Okay.
Can we get the recordings so that we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
review?
So I think I'm giving all the recordings for everyone. These two sessions also will get the recordings. Yep, thank you. So anyone else? We have 2 more minutes and then we can close. But I need your feedbacks, which are very important. Okay, members who are not a part of the team join for the demos. How many are there? How many like that are there? Now, can you go on mute? Keeping you on mute. Okay. So Kapil,
Yes, Vajra.
so you joined for the basics team, right?
Right.
Of February.
Right.
So I think you don't understand much in this session.
Yeah.
But again, see, most of the members here are coming for the demo of project. So you too can get to understand, like next month you will be joining the project. So this is the level of complexity we are going to deal with.
I understand.
Okay, good. Dinesh. Dinesh. Divya. Kartika Devi. Kavya. Guys, can you please give unmute and give your feedback? Krishna. Yes, who's this? Yeah, Kavya, go ahead.
I thought of asking these topics for today's session, but actually you gave the clarity in sessions. It was very helpful for us.
Sure, glad to know that. All the best.
Yeah.
By the way, which team are you from, Kavya?
December projects team.
Okay, so things that are pending in projects team are now completed. No more pending
Yeah.
items.
It was fulfilled. Actually, whatever you promised to tell us, that was completed.
Thank you so much, Kavya. Krishna, I know that you're from Basics team. Looking forward for you to join in projects. Madhavi. Praharsha. Let's see. Praharsha can talk today.
Hi, Vajrang.
Yeah, Madhavi,
Sorry,
go ahead.
I did not understand much.
Yeah, that's fine. You're from the Basics team, right?
I'm just watching that. That's it.
Yeah, it's okay to be confused.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. From tomorrow, it will not be too tough for you.
Yeah,
All the
thank
best.
you.
Praharsha. Okay, now Praharsha can talk for some time because Praharsha from tomorrow you will not have access again. So how was the session? Is it too easy for you?
Not that much easy. So, watch some of your videos in YouTube, and I have understood it. The same thing using JSON viewer. You have done it today, so it's not too hard. It's a little easy to understand.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the feedback. We'll definitely work together.
Thank you, sir.
Please complete your school today. Don't delay that.
Actually, I'm not going to school.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So Prudviraj, thank you, Praharsha. Sagar. Sai Teja, Santosh, Suman, Udesri, Ujjwal, Vijaya.
Hi, Vajrang. It's
Yeah,
good
Vijaya.
session. It's little tough for us for basics team, but informatic.
Yeah. So I understand the level of expertise that you require once you join in projects. Okay. Thank you so much. So Vijaya completed. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day ahead. And from tomorrow, we'll be starting new team for basics new team and projects new team. Welcome to the new members. If you want to refer anyone to the projects team and basics team, go ahead and refer. Bye bye.
Thank you, Vajrang. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all.